Knicks fans are gonna ask for something so much that when they get it and it doesn't work out the way they want it to, they're gonna complain about why they got that guy, even though they were the ones who wanted him. Yeah, what is going on, Knicks Anonymous family? Welcome back. Yes, back to another exquisite episode of
Knicks Anonymous,
episode
87, my guy.
87. Love to have you guys back. Another great weekend. If you haven't noticed it from my window, it's daytime actually. We're actually recording a little bit earlier today because happy football
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, I'm not a really big football fan, even though I have a team. I'm not gonna disclose that information, even though I probably have already on the show, but I'm not gonna disclose that information because it is very controversial. But anyway, just know they're not in the Super Bowl. But I really didn't know how impactful Super Bowl Sunday actually is. Like, it's pretty much a holiday. And I will never treat it as such because I don't get...
were, so that way I can have the next day off. They should make the next day after the Super Bowl the holiday.
Yo, that's exactly... You took the words right out of my mouth because I'm not gonna consider it a holiday because I do not have off tomorrow. So I'm not considering it a holiday, but I try to make plans with a lot of people today, and everybody said the same thing. I'm going out with my family. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody's going. It's like New Year's. It's so listen. I hope. Well, you're listening to this Monday, so hopefully your tickets hit. Whoever betted, I bet today. I got the Chiefs. If anybody wants to know, I got the Chiefs winning today. So
I didn't bet on who's going to win. I'm not too sure who's going to win, so I just bet on the stats.
Who you got?
I bet the over, actually.
Ooh, okay.
I bet the over. I can tell you exactly what I bet. I bet the over. I bet Kelce and Hurts to score touchdowns. Mahomes to have over 250 yards. And Hurts to have under 275.
Well, the way those numbers are looking, it kind of sounds like you think the Chiefs are going to win.
Not really. Because Hurts could kill on the ground.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win that way. But anyway, we all know why they're here. The New York Knicks. What a beautiful week of basketball.
Yes, it was.
It was better than expected. I'll tell you that much. But before we even get to that, Stevie, tell the kind people where they can find us on social media.
Absolutely. Follow us on Instagram at Knicks Anonymous. Follow us on TikTok at Knicks Anonymous. Follow us on Twitter at Knicks Anonymous, but with a Z, KNICKZ Anonymous. You can also go to our website at Knicks Anonymous. I was gonna say at KnicksAnonymous.com, where you can find our nice, lovely pins. Very detailed, very crafty, by the way. And you could also find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. That looks great. Pandora, Spotify, and Breaker.
Yes, sir. And if you didn't catch that, you could either rewind it or just look in the beautiful description down below on YouTube or any platform that you're on, and you shall find the links there, as always. It's gonna be a quick episode, everybody. It's not really a lot to talk about, but it's important. Like last episode was
everything's important in Knicks land.
Yeah, and people
just some things are more important than others.
And unfortunately, those things usually happen to be the most like dumbest things ever. So Knicks fans tend to focus on the wrong things. But that is why we're here, and that is why you chose us as your favorite podcast, because we like to keep it real and unbiased. So
that is correct.
To keep it a buck, right? Let's start this episode off right. First of all, I love you guys. Shout out to the Knicks Anonymous family as usual, even though I already did it, but I'm going to do it again because you guys have been showing us much love lately. We've actually been growing as a community. A lot more people have been talking with us. And honestly, a lot more people have actually been buying pins from us. So if you want your pin, please order it now because that shit is flying right now. So
shout out to those who DM asking for the pins too. Like, y'all don't even have to do that. I can just order the pins, but like the fact that y'all just interacting with us is pretty humbling, at least in my opinion.
It makes it fun, man. It makes everything more fun. I think. Who wants to just be alone? Who wants to be alone? Who wants to talk to themselves, Stevie? Do you think we want to talk to ourselves the whole time?
No, I would hope not.
But okay, so to start off this week, somewhere in the middle of the week, I think like Wednesday or Thursday, Complex Sports had made a post, and the description was the most disappointing teams since 2000. Guess who was not on that list, Stevie? Take a wild guess.
Golden State Warriors.
Well, you are correct, but the New York Knicks. Now, I
could understand why.
I mean, I don't,
Because we didn't really, during those years, we didn't have expectations because we were bad. Except maybe the years Melo was here. So you'd call those teams disappointing.
I wouldn't. I think we did great.
I mean, considering what we got done, it's only disappointing because we didn't get more done, is what I'm saying. Because we did have some good moments and good memories for those teams, but like we didn't really get to where we wanted to go, is what I mean. So it's actually surprising they didn't make the list. At least me personally.
Well, okay, so for that team specifically, it really wasn't the team itself that was disappointing. It was more so management. Because right after that season, they dismantled the team, and that's when we hate Dolan, fuck Dolan, curse word, put that in the jar. That's when the whole Dolan thing started arising, because we kind of just stripped the team when we didn't need to strip it. All we need to do was add on maybe just one more piece, and we were going to the finals. But
that's because Phil Jackson came on board, so that was more his fault.
Oh, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think you were in a good. You see that? You see that? Doesn't that tell you we're in a good place now? Because that's where we were at one point.
Yeah, and I bring up this post just to troll even more, because the deadline has been very interesting. We even brought it up last episode, but we'll bring it up again. Brooklyn Nets, Big L, hold that. Listen, if we've learned from anything from this deadline, right? Brooklyn has showed us what not to do, right? They showed us that 100% could have been us. You can't see KD and Kyrie are great players. Their problem is neither one of those guys can be a solid one option. Not one of those guys can carry a team to the championship without other superstars on that team. It's already been proven because they both tried it. Kyrie went to the Celtics, that failed, and KD went to. Well, he didn't. Well, KD already proved himself as a.
And he won. He actually did it.
But look where he went though.
I mean, he did it in Golden State, but he still did it. That's the point.
He went to the greatest team ever assembled to go win a championship.
It counts, bro. He could have easily lost.
No, he easily
lost.
He easily won, bro. He easily won. Without, bro, they really did. They got him just to beat LeBron. All right.
I don't believe that.
I believe it because they lost to them.
Because they beat him already. So.
But they lost to them the year before that.
And that's what I'm saying. They were beat them already. So I don't believe that narrative one bit.
Well, someone messed up.
I'm not saying KD didn't take an easy route, but I don't believe that they got him just to beat LeBron.
Well, he did it again. He went to the Phoenix Suns.
Well, that was a trade, though. You know what I mean?
But he wanted out, though. He wanted out. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with that trade, bro. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to just get traded anywhere, dude. I'm pretty sure he told them where he wanted to go. Bro, don't sleep, bro. You already know what kind of league this is. It's a diva league, bro. These players got more than just.
I can't front though. I kind of overreacted to the Phoenix trade. I said they favorites now, but when you look at it, they traded away a lot of defense, and that might come into play.
Their offense is gonna. I'm assuming they're banking on their offense to overlap their defense. Which, I mean, that's a good bet, especially when you have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. But
not for nothing. Even though the Nets traded away KD and Kyrie, they actually came off pretty well. A lot of draft picks. Mikal Bridges. They actually don't look too bad.
They look good, but they are gonna fall. I'm not gonna lie. From that 4th seed, they're gonna fall.
Will they fall out? Just because
No,
they fall doesn't mean they're gonna fall out.
they're not gonna fall out, but they're gonna fall. And I think we should all, whoever's behind them, should take full advantage, because they might fall to 5. Because 6 and 7, which is us, we're kind of just fighting for each other. Like us in Miami, we're kind of just battling each other.
Well, we could easily climb up because like we
but
said, Brooklyn's gonna fall, but not fall out. We could easily take their spot, and they could fall to where we're at.
well, we're supposed to be up there, but we'll get into that while we get into the games. We're supposed to be top 3, and everyone's probably like, "What? What do you mean?" We're gonna tell you what we mean. But yeah, but F all that noise. Let's get into the important stuff. New York Knicks ended the trade deadline with only one trade. Actually, it was 2. Was it 2? No, it was 1.
Yep,
we got
one.
we
Josh
got
Hart.
Josh Hart. We got rid of Cam Reddish. I think we let Diachino and all those guys. We just let them go, right? Like we didn't.
No, they're part of the trade.
They were a part of it.
Yeah, we gave them a conditional first. The way that works is I don't know exactly the pick where it stands, but if it falls to a certain area, it's no longer a first. It turns into 4 seconds. And what's with all the second round picks flying all over the place during this trade deadline? I saw more second round picks flying. Like they seem worth more than the first this time around.
You know what it is? I think because everyone is saying that this draft that's coming up, the depth, like the amount of depth that's in the draft is crazy.
But it's not just second round picks for this year's draft. It's like for next year, the year after.
Maybe the league sees something that the normal eye cannot. Maybe maybe everybody got something. Maybe it's something to look into. Maybe something in the future that's coming up that
Even the experts were like, "What the hell's going on?" Or the quote unquote experts. The only experts I acknowledge are Woj, Shams, and Ian Begley.
I mean, I guess any asset is a good asset as long as you have like an abundance of it. Because I feel like second round picks aren't good if you only have like 1. But if you have like 6, 7 second round picks, I feel like that could be valuable to somebody. So
let's see what that pick turns into. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, so we got Josh Hart, very good defender, veteran presence,
All around player, pretty much.
all around player. He
Very good all around player. Familiar with Jalen Brunson because he was on the Villanova team with him. So Jalen Brunson was hyped when they got him. Hell, they had a whole Twitter video of Jalen Brunson getting hyped about it when he found out.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was a little confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reaction didn't really match the type of player we got. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you saw the video with no context and no name being said, like, because he says, yes, we got Josh Hart. If you don't hear that and just hear the reaction, you would think we signed Damian Lillard.
Well, I mean, he's familiar with his capabilities, so of course he would be hyped. Remember, they won together again.
No, everybody else. I mean, like, whoever he was with, like, his entire squad, like, the entire area he was in was cheering their lungs out, like, and I was like, oh my God, who do we get? And it said Josh Hart. I was like, what the what? I'm not mad, but I'm like,
Josh Hart is a talent, bro. Again, he's a dude. He's not a superstar, but he's a dude that does everything well. He's a good shooter. He's a good defender. He can drive to the basket. He can slash to the basket. But he's not elite at any of those things. But he does them all well.
Wait,
so that's a good piece to have. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's good. You know, I'm not mad at Josh Hart or anything. I'm just saying that the reaction kind of had me laughing because I was like, you would think we signed like Kevin Durant or something, but it was only Josh Hart. But you know, we'll see how he does moving forward. He did play a game with us this week, so we'll get into that soon. But yeah, he came into the team averaging 9 points. Last year he averaged like 19 though. So his value kind of, it was weird. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe they were using him differently this year in Portland. But for some reason, he went from 19 points to 9. So, you know, whatever happened, hopefully doesn't affect us in a negative way. He is one of the I don't know if he's the highest, but he's one of the highest rebounding guards in the league. He averages about like 7-6, which is crazy.
Right?
So
that's wild. He killed us like I said, he killed us the last time he played us. When he was on Portland. I think he had 17 boards, if I'm not mistaken.
And you know what's crazy? Not only did he play with
He's averaging 7 for the season. I got him.
7. Yeah. So not a lot of
Actually,
people know
no.
this.
Wait, my bad. He's averaging 7 with us because he had 7 rebounds in the game, but we'll get into that. For the season with Portland, he was averaging 8. Wow. Yeah.
Not for nothing. When I was looking at Josh Hart, he's tall, man. He's bigger than I thought he was. Like, he's very lanky. So, okay, what I was gonna say though is not a lot of people know this, and I actually just figured it out because I think Mike Breen said it on the air once. But not only does he have chemistry with Jalen Brunson, but he also has chemistry with Julius Randle. They were teammates
on the Lakers.
On the Lakers. I didn't know that.
Facts. You didn't know?
I did not know that. No, I didn't really follow Randle until like the Pelicans.
I
think he only played like 2 seasons with the Pelicans, so 1 season, something like that. Whatever. He's now the Knicks and is now a 2-time All-Star.
Fun fact, bro. Josh Hart is ranked exactly 30th in the NBA in rebounds. Pretty good for a guard, my guy.
Ranked 30th.
30th.
That sounds bad, but is it good?
For a guard, bro, at 8.2 rebounds a game, that's pretty impressive.
You also got it. So 30 out of what? How many? Do you know the answer? Do not go for it if you don't know the answer.
30 out of what do you mean out of 30? He's ranked 30th out of 30 players.
30 players.
Bro,
how many players are in the league?
He's ranked 30th in rebounds in the NBA this season. You don't understand that?
But how many players though?
In the NBA?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 30 out of what? Like I don't
know, bro, but there's over hundreds of players, and as a guard, he's ranked 30th. That's pretty good.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Damn, bro, you was downplaying the shit out of this, really? You throw that in the jar too, because I can't accept that.
Listen, I don't know.
Look, as a matter of fact, look who's under him: Christian Wood, Miles Turner, Siakam, Vanderbilt, Walker Kessler. Those are all power forwards and senses.
My man just has a knack for the ball. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? You was about to downplay. I had to stop right there, buddy.
I respect it. Listen. I don't have any cons. I got no problems with Josh Hart. I just don't know what to expect because the trade was from left field. We did not mention Josh Hart's name at all until we actually got him.
You're right. I posted the rumor the day we got him, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. So Josh Hart was out of left field.
I ended up posting the trade like 4 hours later.
Because actually, we all thought we were gonna go on the Grayson Allen thing, the Bucks, because we heard Bucks was heavy for Cam Reddish. So we all thought we were gonna get Grayson Allen and Serge Ibaka was additional, but I would have liked them to come out as a package.
I thought we were gonna do the Vanderbilt trade, the Obi Toppin and Fournier for Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley. That trade made sense.
So okay, so that's a good point that you bring up, right? So
that trade didn't make sense to you?
No, it makes sense. But I want to bring up a point that you kind of just like rolled into a little bit. So a lot of people are still here that we thought were gonna be gone at the deadline. Those people being Fournier, McBride, D Rose, and Toppin.
Well, McBride not so much. He was most likely in rumors. He was more like a throw-in. He wasn't like a definite trade.
Okay.
So definitely Toppin, Fournier, and Rose.
Yeah. So
those 3 definitely.
So what do we do with those guys? You know what I mean? So do we wait for the summer? Because me personally, bro, Obi Toppin specifically, I'm not gonna say he's whack because he's not.
Absolutely not.
On this team though, he becomes extremely situational. And that's not good to have because that means we can only use you in specific times, which is when we're running. That's like, how can we predict that? You know what I mean? The game is very unpredictable. We can't always get you on the run. You're going to have to be able to run a set offense, which is what we love to do in Tibbs' offense. And that is not Obi Toppin's strong suit at all. Now, has he been doing okay with what he's been given? Yeah, but
yeah, he's had his moments.
But I think we can get better. I think we can get somebody better that could fit.
Which is why I thought the Vanderbilt trade made sense, bro. Because Vanderbilt definitely not a better offensive player than Obi. Defensively, like he makes that much of a difference. So I feel if we would have made that trade and he was backing up Randall, Tibbs would have utilized him better than he's utilizing Obi Toppin. Because, like you said, Obi Toppin is situational. Like the way we using him, yeah, he's doing okay. He's
That's not how
showing
he's
he
supposed
can.
to be used, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a fast break. He's a fast break athletic dude. Like he's like an Amare. Supposed to let that dude run. You know what I mean? Give him some mid range love. Every now and again, shoot a three. But that whole corner three, that's all he is. Yeah, he has his moments, but that's not him. So I kind of feel that Vanderbilt made trade would have made more sense because we would have utilized Vanderbilt way better than we would have utilized Obi.
Because it seems
Malik
like
Beasley, he would have been okay, but my problem with him is he got to get his percentages up because he's kind of off this year as far as his percentages go. He's shooting 39 overall and 35 from three, so he might have. I'm not gonna say he would have been a problem. He could have been good, but his adjustment would have been kind of, we would have had to wait on him to an extent. Vanderbilt, he would have been ready.
yeah. Now with Obi, they also not only did they not give him away, but so we always thought, or at least me, I thought that Cam Reddish was our most valuable piece to be traded. What I heard sources say that they're asking a very high price for Obi. Like they're not just gonna give away Obi for anybody. They're gonna want something big in return. So that's something to really look at, and that's probably why, because we even said it, this deadline that just passed, if you were expecting an all-star, you were expecting too much because
you're out of your mind, bro. A lot of Knicks
nothing,
fans are talking crazy, especially on Twitter.
Especially with the LaVine thing. Like, yes, LaVine is good, but you got to remember his contract, dude. Do you really want to pay that for somebody who's injury prone? Same with OG Anunoby. We didn't want to get him because of his injury situation and because Raptors were asking for a whole lot of stuff that we didn't want to give up. I would not want to give up Obi for Anunoby. You know what I mean? Because I get it. Anunoby would have definitely helped because we don't even really use Toppin to begin with, really. So I feel like that's the anger with people, with him and Tibbs, that like, why not trade him if you're not gonna get rid? Like, I mean, why not trade him if you're not gonna play him? Like, what's his purpose here right now? So I mean, when I read that with the whole Obi and they're asking high value for him, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe they try to get him in a big deal and nobody was really with it. So, might as well keep, because at the end of the day, depth is depth. You know what I mean? I don't like Obi Toppin's defense. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He really does not fit on this team, defensively or offensively. He needs a team that is just, I think he'll fit in the West, because West is
I think he would have shined in Utah.
They're very run and gun type of, with Harkinen in them. They're good.
Yeah, exactly. With Marketing, you called him Harkinen.
I mean Marketing. Sorry, I don't know why. I always thought his name was with an H. I just found out his name was with an M. Harkinen, yeah. So it's Marketing.
You know what it is? You're mixing Hartenstein with Marketing. I think that's what you're doing. Because it just hit me.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I just genuinely thought his name was Harkinen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But nah, I feel he would have shined in Utah, because not for nothing, that the depth they got with Walker Kessler, Marketing, and then you add Obi to that would have been a nice little, and he would have got more time over there as well. You know what I mean? Because he would have got time with Marketing at center and him running that power forward, having lineups like that. Obi could have shined over there, man. I think that's a deal we missed on. Matter of fact, I'll even throw it out there, bro. The Lakers, that was a good deal for them.
Yeah, no.
To get Malik Beasley and Vanderbilt, that's gonna help them a lot. And they got D'Lo. I won't say the Lakers won the deadline. Obviously Phoenix won by getting KD, and the Clippers as well. But the Lakers did good. And the Clippers did pretty well. And
you also got to put it in perspective, right? So everyone's argument, even at some point, it was even me, as Knicks fans, it's okay to feel, we always get angry, but it's also important to really step back and really think about what you're thinking about, because sometimes what you're thinking about in the moment isn't actually all it is. You know what I mean? So what I'm getting to is that, like, so if you compare the Lakers trades to the Knicks trades, the Lakers traded a lot to improve. All we needed was one piece. So that goes to show that we're in a better place than them. That's what that trading means. It doesn't mean that because everyone's like, oh, everyone's getting all these people and we're only getting one person. That just means that we don't need that much to actually go further. That means we are in a good spot already. You know, granted.
Are you saying we don't need the A player?
No. Wait. Whoa.
Okay, no, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I think we're in a place where we just need to see things play out. We don't need to be rash and really break things apart because the reason why we're here in this situation is because of the people on the roster right now.
Okay.
The person we got rid of, Cam Reddish, never had anything to do with what we're doing right now. You know what I mean? Because we got him mid-season. We got him for Kevin Knox, and we barely played him. So people that are mad about the Cam Reddish thing, I really don't know why. I was too, but like I said, I thought about it. He hasn't done anything for this team to be winning. We're winning. We were winning without him, and we're still currently winning without him.
Yo, bro, you have no idea how many Knicks fans you just pissed off, bro.
But listen, bro, we gotta have the
yo. And I said shit, so we gonna throw another $1 in there because it's so worth it. I can feel them getting pissed off.
Okay, but wait.
Feel it. I'm not pissed off. I think you're right. I'm just saying. A lot of Knicks fans is gonna be pissed off if they hear this.
Like, yeah, there was a lot of games that he could have helped that we could have maybe pulled out if, you know.
And he had his moments as well. You got to give Cam credit. He had his moments when he played. You know, he didn't stick out, but he had his moments. Like, he didn't stick out the way everybody makes him seem like he sticked out. But he had his moments and showed potential.
Yeah, you know, and the reason why the Lakers are making so many trades is because, dude, they're in a hole. They're doing ass. They need those trades. We don't need that many trades. Yes, we need an A player, but dude,
that's all we need.
That's all we need. That's a sticky situation, though. You can either that decision right there is something that could make or break you. You gotta get the right star, the right contract, the right amount of players to give up. You know what I mean? You don't want to, because everyone says you don't want to give up too many, and now everybody wants to give up the farm for anybody. So make up your minds. You know what I mean? Like, what do y'all really want right now? Especially from the deadline that just passed. If you can give me a solid name that's not Zach LaVine from last deadline, I will agree with you. If you cannot do that for me, then bro, move on and be happy, dude. We got Josh Hart, somebody who's gonna, you know, give us results off rip, who doesn't need a lot of time to actually develop or anything, because he's already what you're gonna get. So it's a solid veteran coming off the bench, and like Stevie said, he's good at everything he does. You know, he's not a professional or like he's not a beast at one thing. He's just an average dude that's gonna get you solid stuff.
And you need that. Every team needs that. You know what I mean? Every team needs a I guess you could call it a do-it-all guy. You know what I mean? A dude that could fill in, because you know, worst case scenario, a wing guy gets hurt. Josh Hart's gonna step right into that starting lineup and fit right in. You know, Grimes has an injury history. Let's say he misses 2-3 games. We won't miss him for those 2 or 3 games. Josh Hart gonna step in. Say RJ gets hurt or gets sick again. Josh Hart will take. I'm not gonna say take his spot, because then that's gonna hype LJ up. Because he got a little conspiracy going about that.
Wait, whoa, you ready? Listen, you ready?
Oh, did I let the cat out the bag? My fault.
Let the cat out the bag. Twilight Zone. Here we go. No, listen, I'm gonna make an argument. I'm gonna make it another, because we talked about Obi not fitting in the team.
Here we go.
There is
another. You gonna piss him off again? You just pissed him off about Cam. Now you gonna piss him off about RJ?
No, I think a lot of people could back me up on the RJ thing.
But a lot of people gonna be pissed off too, bro. Like with Knicks Twitter and Knicks universe in general, this one is 50-50.
You know what, Stevie? I'm gonna let it be known. I don't care.
I don't care either. Nigga, that's probably here.
I have learned that no matter what we say or do, there will always be people who just do not like it and will run with it and just be pissed and
make whatever they make out of it. I know.
Exactly.
But let's go. I want to hear it. Let's go.
So
I know what it is, but I want everybody else to hear it. Go ahead.
Obi Toppin is not the only player on the Knicks that I feel like does not fit this offensive situation Tibbs has. And that person is none other than RJ Barrett. Now,
win.
I'm not going to get on RJ's case like I did last episode. I think RJ's heard enough of me already. So I'm gonna give him a little break. I'm not going to go in details or anything. But the way Tibbs' offense is set up, they have RJ in the corner camping. RJ is the worst three-point shooter on the team right now. 32% from three.
He's the worst defender and shooter. Oh my God.
I'm sure he has a better, percentage than Deuce and Hartenstein, but they don't get as much minutes as he does. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the people with his kind of minutes. He's the middest. Like, remember we talked about the mid three, he is the middest.
Okay.
So I'm not saying it's RJ's fault due to his skill, but because he's put in that position to shoot threes in the corner and he is 30% from three, meaning he's not going to hit those shots. He has hit timely buckets, but the way Tibbs wants him to hit it consistently, I just don't think he's that guy to do it. So it's only right to find somebody who fits that description, because like I said, the offense is not going to change. We are literally building and trading around our coach. If you haven't noticed already, because the Josh Hart thing made it obvious as hell. Josh Hart is a defensive he's defense. If you take anything from Josh Hart, it's his defense. And his debut, he had 4 steals. Not saying he's gonna give you that all night, but he's probably gonna average 2. So, and RJ hasn't been showing anything on defense or on offense. So, I got no, like I said, bro, I got no beef with RJ. I can only give y'all what I know. And what I know is RJ is not fitting at the moment. Now, I'm not, he does have a history of doing whack in the beginning and then going into the second half of the season and destroying. But, dude, they looked for Josh Hart more than they did RJ Barrett when Josh Hart played. That's all I'm gonna say.
Whoa. You talking kind of controversial there, buddy.
And I'm gonna spark the fire right here, because this is gonna spark it. I think
heads are gonna explode.
I think Josh Hart is gonna put pressure on RJ Barrett's job. I'm not saying that off rip they're gonna switch, but if what I saw at that Utah game from Josh Hart, maybe if I see a half of that every game with that amount of effort, and RJ doesn't turn things around,
wow.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it, man. You got to, because I saw a lot of energy when Josh Hart was in the game. I saw a lot of moving. I saw a lot of driving. And
we're going to see a lot of Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes, and Josh Hart wing lineups with Julie. Not for nothing. That's pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive defensive wing. Deuce McBride, Grimes, and Josh Hart. What do you think about that?
I think it's valid. I think it's valid like salad. You know what
now
I mean?
Look at it. Now look at this. Check this out. Since we're talking about that, you know what? Hypothetical lineup. When Mitch comes back, you get Mitch. You need the offense, so you get Randall. Then you have that wing. It's a pretty nice little mix right there.
And
you know what I mean? Randall can make plays, passing and shooting. You know what I mean? I kind of dig that.
Bro, if you look at the chemistry, there's a reason why they looked for Hart more than Barrett, because your point guard is from Villanova and was Josh Hart's teammate and is Josh Hart's best friend.
I'm just throwing it out there. Mikal Bridges was their teammate too.
And he's still floating around,
but that's
right?
a whole nother talk for a whole nother episode.
He's still floating, right? Like he's still.
No, he's in Brooklyn. He actually played the other day against Philly and did good. But I'm just throwing it out there that they friends.
Let's not forget the Knicks have 2 open rosters still. They have 2 open roster spots.
And Melo's still out there, bro. We need a wing. I'm just saying. Melo backing up RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Because Josh
I'm
Hart is
just
backing up
saying.
who? Quentin Grimes, right?
He could back up both. He can back up both. But I don't think we're gonna if anything, we probably gonna fill that roster spot up with maybe another shooter in the big. If we do fill them up. I don't think we'll do Melo. I don't think we'll do Melo. I mean, it would be a great. It would be a great story, and he would help. But I don't think we bring him back, Melo.
But yeah, listen. Look at Josh Hart. In my opinion, I didn't like it at first, but in hindsight, when you really look at the situation and what we actually need, yeah, we need shooting. But at the same time, I feel like they're trusting Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and Quentin Grimes to. I wouldn't actually, you know what, not Quentin Grimes, because he's doing average. He's okay. I still think we need a starter for Quentin Grimes. That's just my take. I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, aka we know who. But you know, like I genuinely think Quentin Grimes is a very solid bench player. Yeah, he's been doing his thing on defense. You know, and
he's doing great actually.
Look exactly. Wait, whoa. Quentin Grimes is a perfect example of what could happen to RJ. Quentin Grimes got the starting position because of his defense alone. His three-point shot started coming along. And, you know, I do feel like RJ Barrett is the better scorer than Josh Hart is.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. By miles. But Josh Hart is more
defense.
Oh my god. Better defender. And his percentages are better as far as his shooting.
And it showed. On the Utah game, he was the reason why it wasn't RJ. RJ had like 13 points and shot horrifically. So,
are we getting into the Utah game? Is that what you said?
No, we'll get into the games. But overall, I think actually, you know what? I think this trade deadline was a win. We didn't give up too much. We didn't bet on anything. Because let's say Josh Hart, God forbid, doesn't work out. What did we really lose? We lost a player we didn't use.
He's gonna work out.
I think so too. And for just to piss off people even more, if you want to, because a lot of people saw Cam Reddish drop 11 points in a loss and gave us shit. Put the quarter in the bag.
That's cool.
Yo, and gave us hell. Bro, 11 points in a loss is not eating, especially when you started. You know what I mean? Josh Hart had more of an impact than Cam Reddish did. So let's talk about it. And I tweeted it, and guess what somebody told me?
They got mad?
They got mad. You know what they said, Stevie? They said...
They
said Cam Reddish didn't get enough... Cam Reddish got less minutes. I said, you know why? He probably played like ass, and they sat him down. That's probably why. Because when you have 11 points, and the team scores 100 and something points... So that means out of 100 and something points, you scored 11. You ain't do nothing.
He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 4 of 7. Not bad, Cam.
But 0-2 from 3, right? Something like that?
2-5.
But what was the score? Let them know what the score was.
Final score, 138, 129. They lost to OKC.
You scored 129 points. You scored 11, dude?
Gilgeous Alexander dropped 44 on him. I assume Cam Jordan him a few times. I didn't watch the game. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not.
And if that's the case, I can see why he got benched if he's dropping 40 on you.
Versus Josh Hart's. He dropped 11 too. Ain't that funny?
But it was the most impactful. It was
he
more
dropped
impactful.
11. Wait, no, there's more. But he had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. 3 of 6, 2 or 3 from 3.
I'm gonna do the Bradley Beal. I'm gonna do the Bradley Beal, bro. Cause like, listen, oh god, and you know what's crazy? Here's the craziest part about Knicks fans: they are waiting. They are absolutely waiting for Cam Reddish to have one good game, even if it's the only one to shit on the Knicks. Another quarter.
That's what we do. We hate ourselves for some reason. I don't know why.
Why? I had to take a step back from Twitter, bro. I had to take a break from a lot of Knicks news because I've noticed myself getting a little bit more negative and just really focusing on the bad and not really
I feel
looking
you,
at.
bro. I was gonna retweet somebody and call them a dummy, but I had to stop myself. I was like, nah, that's not why we here. That's not.
You know
why
what I
we
mean?
here.
Like, I got it. Like, you gotta really you gotta really, when you're coming into the Knicks community, you gotta hold on to your own opinion and really believe in it because they will test you, they will beat you, they will try everything in their power to convince you that they're right and you're wrong. So even if you are wrong, if you have the facts to back it up, if you have the whatever to back it up, and you
I mean,
believe in,
if you have facts to back it up, you're not wrong.
you're not wrong. You're right. You know, you gotta bring facts. That's the most important thing. If you could bring facts to the table and actually back it up, regardless of what anybody thinks, then you stick to it and you believe in it and you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? This community will make you second guess, will make you fourth guess yourself until you actually maybe come along to their side. Like maybe, okay, maybe they are right. No, I'm done with that. I'm entitled to my own opinion. I have grown as a Nick pasta, as a Nick pod, as I almost said pasta, as a Nick podcaster. And you know, I had to grow tougher skin. You know what I mean? This is not the community for soft people. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bunch of New Yorkers. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of New Yorkers and New Yorkers that live out of state. That miss
And that
New York.
act like New Yorkers from in-state.
They miss New York. It's a bunch of New Yorkers and a bunch of out-of-state New Yorkers that miss New York. So of course the tensions are gonna be high, especially considering most of the New York, the inner city ones, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Queens, Staten Island. You know, that's a little hectic there.
Yeah.
Especially the Bronx and Brooklyn. That's always been a little rivalry.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm lying. Bronx and Queens. But that's more about hip hop. We won't get into that.
Okay. So okay, you give it a little history lesson. I get it. We all here for it. But
Yeah.
okay, let's move on. I'm gonna just leave y'all with this. Why would y'all want to trade the people that got you here in the first place? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it
Yo,
at
bro,
that.
not for nothing. The day of the deadline, somebody said, yo, Zach, I saw somebody on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, say, Julius Randle for Zach LaVine straight up. I was like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. And that would help how?
Julius Randle is a 2-time All-Star and not even at that dude's contract salary. Put that in perspective, my friend.
I don't know, bro. We're a weird bunch. You know what? Let's just get into the games, bro.
Yeah, let's get into the game.
Let's get into the games.
Overall,
bro.
we won. We won this trade deadline. We won. Whether you think so or not, we won. We didn't give up much, and we got much.
I graded a B. I graded a B because
Last time I checked, B was passing, so that's a
that's
W.
passing. No, that's passing.
A win is a win, my friend.
I only don't give it an A because we didn't shed the salary we should have, Evan Fournier, and we didn't trade Derrick Rose like we should have. So the possibilities there, he just might walk at the end of the year for nothing.
That or they could be draft bait.
Well, we gonna be signing him.
They could
No,
be
to a
draft
minimum.
bait. They could all be draft
True.
bait.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that.
You know, because
I did
like
not
I
think
said,
about
they
that.
want something big for Obi, dude. So we might do it like someone might draft somebody, and we might take that draft pick and give them Obi. You know what I mean? Like, yo, whoever you draft, we'll trade you with Obi and whoever else you want, and maybe some picks and shit. You know what I mean? So, because Leon has a tendency of working the draft board. He's done it many times. So it hasn't been.
It is a deep draft this year too. So
And
we'll see
before
what
Nick
happens.
fans, before Nick fans get on me because they be like, "Oh, Leon never drafted up; he drafted down." Shut up.
It doesn't matter, dude. That's the point. If he's saying he finesses the board.
Because look who we got. We got Quickly in the 24th pick. We got Grimes with the 15th pick. You know what I mean? And they were both in the same draft, I think. No.
Grimes
Grimes is
and Toppin
after.
was the same draft.
Grimes
Grimes
is
and
after.
Deuce. Grimes and Deuce was the same draft.
And Deuce was like in the second round. And that's everybody's favorite. It's crazy, man. Nick fans are crazy. Anyway, let's get into the games, man. First game, Orlando Magic. So first off, we went what? 2-3?
We went 2-1.
2-1. Sorry, 2-1.
And not for nothing, bro. And we throw this out there before we get into the games. We're 10 games into where we thought was gonna be like a turning point in the season where we could potentially be good or be disastrous. We're 10 games in. Nick fans who are always negative, we are 6-4 so far in that span.
And I said we were gonna lose everything. I remember that. I said we were gonna lose every game.
What did I say? We're going to steal some games we weren't supposed to win. What did we do? Steal some games we weren't supposed to win. And I say that to say this. The Magic game, as fun as that was to watch, we should not have been down by 12 against those guys, though. Yeah, they have a good young squad. They got a good thing going over there, but we're a better team than them, bro. At least right now we are. You know,
I
maybe
mean, I
down the road they'll get nice, but right now we're better than them.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though. Do not sleep on the Magic.
Not at all. I agree.
I do agree with you. I do agree that it was too close for comfort. But at the same time, dude.
102-98, by the way. I'm sorry. That was the final score.
They were the same team that made me lose money on my ticket. I betted on the Denver Nuggets, and they smacked them, bro.
Oh, I did too. I forgot about that. We had the whole Michael Porter Jr. discussion.
And Denver Nuggets are 1 in the West, and the Magic are 12th in the East.
It's the NBA for you.
You know what I mean? So I do get it. But at the same time, you know, okay, you could think about it half full, half empty. The half empty is that we were down 12. The half full is that we were able to come back and win and finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I'm not mad at the win. You know, I'm just like, I always say, man, we have to stop. A big part of our problem this year is playing down to the comp. You know what I mean? Like we don't know how to close. Like we don't know how to close it out, bro.
If they still had Terrence Ross, we probably would have lost. He's gone. He went to the Phoenix. He went to the Suns. He just went to the Suns. KD. He's backing up KD.
It's a good move.
A lot of scoring, no defense though. They still need defense, but
that's still a good move though.
That is, yeah.
We pretty much won this game though because we outshot them. But once we actually outshot somebody, like when have we done that this year at any point? Like at the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah, the Jazz.
We probably did, but this game it was so obvious, bro. Like we were 15-43, they were 6-25. So yeah, we knocked them out the box.
Not for nothing, slowly but surely, our offense is starting to come together. And it's not the offense of Tibbs, it's more so of the individual play of the players. You know what I mean? Because the Tibbs' offense revolves around Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson succeeding. Because our offense is iso ball. So if they're not succeeding, more than likely we're going to lose. So I'm not saying that's a good offense to have because it's not. Because let's say, because playoff game, right? It's a 7-game series. You're going to play the same team over and over and over again. So eventually, they're going to get onto your game plan, and you're going to be forced to adapt. And that's something Tibbs struggles with. Now, I'm not going to bring anything on Tibbs now because we haven't got to the playoffs yet, so we won't know until we get there. But moving forward, if he doesn't, you know, if he doesn't adapt, we're going to lose, you know, so.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But honestly, it was a good win, man. Listen, we won the game we were supposed to. It was gritty, but that's to say for the whole Knicks season so far, so it's nothing new to be honest.
And as I said, that was a pretty fun game to watch, just back and forth.
Like, you know, and who doesn't like a fun game, man? Who doesn't like to get hype? You know what I mean? You know, it was good. They're a competitive young team, and so are we. So, you know, but as the better team, we outscored them in the fourth, which is something we actually have troubles with in the second half. And we were actually able to close it out and make the plays that were supposed to be played. So, you know, good win overall, man. So not really much to talk about. I actually want to talk about this next game, the 76ers. Stevie, you said this was one of the games we were supposed to win. Tell us why, please.
The third quarter curse struck, but it just struck in the fourth quarter. This game was pretty close the whole way. Final score, I'm sorry, 119-108. The difference between this game and the first game is pretty much we didn't contain Embiid and Harden.
We let them run loose. You know what I mean? Like we let them have their way. Those are the guys you cannot have percolating in the fourth quarter because those are their.
And Maxey killed us off the bench. Maxey, that guy's something else.
37, right?
27. Still off the bench. That's pretty impressive. He's something else, bro. Like he was on. He was on.
But our bench was off though. If you look at our bench's numbers, they weren't as good as, because remember when we played the Sixers last time, that's when Deuce and Fournier went off. That's when Deuce had 16, Fournier had like 17, and
he outscored our Maxey outscored our whole bench 27-21. So yeah, you're right. That's an understatement.
Yeah. So listen, our biggest problem, and I think the reason why we're blowing leads, because this was another blown lead. We were up 13 at one point. And we're gonna add that to the list, which we're gonna talk about right after this game before we get into the last game. But the most important thing with this team is we need to fix our bench, which is why Josh Hart was such a good signing, because he fixes the bench, which is what happened with the Utah Jazz game. It showed how much it fixes, because when our problem is when the starting five comes off, now the bench has to come in and produce, and we don't really have anybody to produce. McBride is on and off. Fournier, he doesn't even play, so I really don't expect much from him. Quickly's really the only one producing anything off the bench. So and before, like we said, our problem was the starters, and our best asset was the bench. Now our best asset is the starters.
Flip-flop issues.
Yeah, so I think the Knicks are micro trades away. I don't necessarily think we need an A player, even though that's gonna spark a lot of things. But I think because it showed with the Sixers game, it shows what happens if our bench eats. We're gonna win. You know what I mean? We're gonna win if our bench eats.
That's true. That makes sense. I still think we need that A player, but what you said makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, the way the Knicks are set up now, I would much rather just spend money on the bench and try to get our bench to the best it could be, because getting an A player will cost us more than what we gain. Because think about it, everybody we have is the reason why we're in this situation in the first place. And in order to get an A player, we would have to get rid of a lot of those pieces to get that guy.
Okay.
So, I would much rather. I'm more tuned into the bench, fixing the bench first. Because if we fix the bench, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to spend a lot. So if it doesn't work, we could still get rid of those pieces and get an A player. If you get an A player first, you can't get the bench now because you get rid of so much to get the A player. So if we get the bench first, we still have assets to go get the A player if needed.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
So
this off season, you're going for bench depth.
Yeah, I want depth. I want to go for depth. I feel like if we fix the depth first and see what happens, then we could go make that run for the A player. Because the reason why we can't get the A player in the first place is because we really don't have a bench to get rid of or anybody to really get rid of. Everybody we would have to get rid of is part of the core. And you can't get rid of the core if you want to build. So,
right.
Like somebody like Josh Hart, I'm not saying we'll trade him, but now that's adding more value to the bench. Now it's adding more valuable pieces to potentially probably get rid of. Now, I don't want to get rid of Josh Hart because he proved himself to he only played one game, but he shows like he can actually help us. Right?
That's a fact.
So
might as well get into that game.
Yeah, because
it's the Utah Jazz 126-120. And that was another fun game. I can't even lie. That one was a fun one to watch. The Jazz almost took control in the end, but we ain't let them.
They wouldn't go away, bro. They would not go away, dude.
Yeah. Marketing, bro, that one shot Marketing did in the end that we was both like, ooh.
It was like, it was the shot clock was running down, and he did like an in and out on Julius Randle, and he did like a nice little step back, and shit was just water. Woo!
Yeah, that was beautiful. I can't even lie. Shout out to Marketing. He's a first time All-Star, man. You gotta give credit where it's due.
And he's playing like it. He's shooting.
He had 29, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
It's good for him, man. But one thing that stuck out to me, obviously, is the Josh Hart thing. So Josh Hart finally got to debut his time, and luckily it was in the Garden. So thankful for that. So he was serenaded, as Clyde would say, with praise. And that's good because that means Knicks fans are starting to get on board with the idea, because like I said, it was just out of left field. You know what I mean? Like it was just random. Like why Josh Hart? But Josh Hart showed you why Josh Hart.
Yeah, again he had 11, 7 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals. Good start. Good impressive start to his Knicks tenure.
And what I like the most is he's able to, like you said, he's able to stretch the floor and get inside at the same time. He could do both. So, and that adds bench value. So what was the bench? So now, how much did Quickly have?
Quickly had, but he actually had a good game, not for nothing. 15 points, 5 boards, an assist, a steal, and a block. Impressive.
So usually, that would be literally the
Our
biggest.
whole bench.
That would be the bench number. Now you add 11 points with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And
All right,
Josh
so check
Hart.
it out. So with that, the bench scored 26. Our bench scored 34.
Immediate impact, bro. Right off the gate. You don't need him to score a lot because Quickly is going to be taking most of that load regardless. He's the main scorer of the bench. All you need Josh Hart to do is just help him. And he helps not only on offense, but more importantly, defense and rebounding. Because we get dominated a lot. Because mind you, the Utah Jazz is a very tall team. There was a point in the game where there was 3 7-footers on the court.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So, and we still, what was the rebounding numbers? Check the rebounding numbers. I'm not going to say we won the rebounding game, but we were probably closer than what we were supposed to be.
I think we're a better rebounding team than the Jazz, if I'm not mistaken. But as far as the rebounds go, this game, we killed them. We out-rebounded 52-38. 20 on the offensive boards, 20-11. Yeah, we are a way better rebounding team than, bro. We're one of the top 5 rebounding teams in the league.
And now you add a person like what Stevie said, he's 30th in the league in rebounding. You add somebody like that, a guard, and now you get somebody like that on the team. Hello, we may be the best.
Oh, yeah, fun fact. Flowers to Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson for 2 straight games, one against Philly, one against Utah. They both dropped 30.
I just refuse to count the Philly game because we lost, but
still something.
It's still
gotta
something.
get them flowers for that.
It's still something.
I mean, yeah, it would have been cool if they won it, but both guys dropping 30. How soon until they both drop 40?
That's what I'm saying, and that goes back to the A-player situation. That seems pretty A-like material to me. You know what I mean? If they keep doing that every game. So, listen, I'm telling you, I don't know how, but actually we told you how, but RJ is he is the question mark in this whole offense. He disappears, bro. Like, it's like you never hear from him. His only offense comes from himself. And I'm going to elaborate on that. What I mean by that is the only time RJ is able to score is not by... Because, mind you, here's another reason why RJ is not really succeeding in this offense. It's ISO offense. RJ is not an ISO player. He cannot create his own shot. So not only can he not create his own shot, he has problems with the three-pointer, and his defense is struggling. Dude, strike 3 and you're out, my friend. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, all the problems is RJ is having is with the offense. And that clearly means the square doesn't fit the circle.
I like that.
And it has nothing to do with RJ's skill set. I'm not attacking his skill set. I'm attacking his ability to fit. His skill set does not match what Thibodeau needs. And it's unfortunate because he was our lottery pick. He was our 3rd pick. That is very unfortunate. But at the same time, it's fortunate because if you want to give him away, it makes him that much more valuable. So now you can potentially make a trade with RJ and Obi.
True. Very true.
So there's a lot of creative things Leon Rose can do. So I don't think there's really anything to be mad about right now in New York, honestly. Like, yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? Bring up the list, Stevie. The games we should have won. How many games we should have won? This is the only thing you should be mad about, New York.
Yeah, we should definitely have a better record by now. I assume this is closing the episode.
This is closing the episode. We're gonna close the episode.
We're gonna close out on a negative note. Oh boy, that's different.
No, because it's been very positive, and it's something Knicks fans aren't used to. So
okay,
let's just feed the ego here.
I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 games. 9 games that we should have won that we lost this season. Probably more, but these are the definites. You want me to read them?
Real quick.
And it's quick explanations for all of them. First game of the season, Memphis. I know y'all remember what happened with that. When we blew the 23-point lead against the Hawks when we first played them. We blew the 14-point lead against Portland, and RJ Barrett missed free throws in the end. Sorry to single you out, bro, but that's what I have on my notes. Memphis again. Ja Morant hit the last second shot. Against Chicago Bulls, DeRozan hit the last second shot. Dallas, the miracle of Luka. We won't get into that. We know what happened.
10-second magic, Jesus, yeah.
The 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double, and the shot in the end. Lakers, pretty much bad coaching. The Clippers, Nicholas Batum with the buzzer beater. We should have closed them out. And
we fall all the way back just to lose to that, bro. That was sad.
And the Sixers the other day when we blew the 13-point lead.
So with all those being said, our record would be 40-18, and that will currently place us third place in the East. So that means we are way better than what we are actually supposed to be doing. So why would you want to break apart what we have? If naturally our record should actually be 40-18, and it's mainly due to a lack of bench and a lack of experience, because our team is one of the youngest in the league. So we're pretty much adding things that we're supposed to be adding, starting with Josh Hart. You fix the bench and you fix the experience.
Facts. I agree.
You got a vet off the bench. You literally fixed two of those problems at the same time with Josh Hart. So
40-18 would be a pretty impressive record.
Listen, Legos go up by building. You can't build. I'm with it with the analogies today, man. I'm with it. I'm on it with the analogies today, man. I gotta shout out to my guy Julian who edits our videos for Instagram. I'm gonna tell him to count the analogies in all of this. But listen. To make a negative point more positive, think about what we could have been if we just fixed the little things. Because everyone's focused on the big move, the big trade. We're falling back into our old Knicks ways without even anybody knowing. Because that's what the Knicks' problem was all this time. Is that all we wanted was a superstar, and all we wanted him was now. And no one thinks about the consequences until after. And Stevie actually said something like that yesterday. He said Knicks fans are going to ask for something so much that when they get it, and it doesn't work out the way they want it to, they're going to complain about why they got that guy, even though they were the ones who wanted him.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Not just with Knicks fans, with sports fans in general. Sports fans do that shit all the time. We throw another quarter in the jar.
And to be fair, I'm going to single myself out. I'm like that with Hartenstein. I wanted a stretch five. We got him. Now, my only defense is the fact that we're not using him as a stretch five. But he is eating recently. He has been eating.
He's playing well, bro. He's playing real well.
He's playing quality minutes.
He saved himself from a trade. I think that happened. He saved himself from a trade. That's how good he's playing.
A lot of these guys are deeming themselves untradeable, and that goes to culture too. Because Stevie always says, once the players check out on the coach, then you can fire the coach. It seems like they're playing harder each day.
That's a fact. I say, bro, I'm telling you, they seem to believe in the guy, bro. Like, well, let me not say believe in him, but they seem cordial. Once you're not cordial, then it's an issue. You know what I mean? We had one guy that they weren't cordial, and his role wasn't that big, so we traded him.
Dude, this is how negative Knicks fans are. There was a video. You remember the video I sent you with Jalen Brunson? He rolled his eyes. There was a video of Jalen Brunson talking to Tibbs about a play, and he rolled his eyes. And the guy that was commentating was like, "Look, he's sick of Tibbs' shit. He doesn't like Tibbs." I'm like, dude, they could have been talking about anything, bro. Like,
he could have told him, yo, let's go to Applebee's for dinner. And Jalen Brunson was like, oh God, Applebee's, like, that could have been what they were talking about. Who knows?
But bro, even if he did disagree, you're not gonna agree with everything. Like your boss, right? You're not gonna agree with everything your boss has to say.
Yeah, that's a fact. I know I damn sure don't.
I'm sure Jalen Brunson probably saw something different on the floor, and Thibodeau was like, nah, let's do it this way. And of course, there's gonna be backlash. You know what I mean? But like Stevie said, they keep it cordial. Nobody's making a scene. If you want to be honest, the only person that made a scene was everybody's favorite,
Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish. He made the scene because everybody's like, oh, this, that, and the third. But what happened is that his camp wanted him to start. But because Quentin Grimes was doing so well, Tom Thibodeau was like, nah, you can't start right now. But what you can do is help the team on the bench. And what happened was he probably told Tibbs, I ain't having it. So everyone thinks Tibbs checked out on Reddish, but I think Reddish checked out on Tibbs.
It's a little bit of both. I don't want to blame both parties. I'll give both parties equal blame. But at the same time, Cam ain't really do much for his camp to be asking for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
he didn't play a lot in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's many ways to look at that situation, man. It's unfortunate the way it ended, but
it's funny. It's funny how everybody attached to the toxic player on the team. I'm not calling Cam toxic, but what he did was toxic. I think we could agree to that.
Yeah, Cam's not a bad guy, but I could agree to that.
And it's funny how everybody gravitated to him. Listen, you attract what you are, okay? Cam Reddish attracted most of Knicks fans because of his toxicity. I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, we wish him, and it's not us hating on Cam Reddish. We wish him well. I hope he kills in Portland, but we Knicks fans, bro. We ride it with the Knicks, bro.
Apparently, we don't want that. We don't want that because if he kills, it's over. We're not gonna hear the end of it.
That's true.
Especially
to an extent I do. So not for Cam. It's not because of hate on Cam. I kind of don't want it because of the stupidity of some Knicks fans.
For our sanity, bro. For our sanity. I'm trying to stay
I think we
sane.
should close it out now, bro, before we lose our minds.
It's happening. All right, so look it. Shout out to the Knicks Anonymous family. We love you guys. Episode 87 in the books.
I was about to lose it just now, bro. That's why I did that.
As always, we are Knicks Anonymous. We are the people's voice.
We nothing without the people, man.
We're nothing
Much
without
love
the
to y'all.
people.
Thanks for communicating with us. It's very humbling. Very humbling. You have no idea how much that means to us.
Keep it coming, man. Links always in the description below. Social links, website links, everything. I'm LJ.
Stevie in the building, and as always, we welcome all opinions, even the toxic ones. But we may let you know if it's a toxic one.
Oh, we gonna let you know. Same way y'all let us know. We gonna let you know. We gonna reciprocate. We gonna reciprocate. But we can keep it cordial. Look, it's okay. It's okay. Look, it's okay to disagree. Okay.
Yeah, me and somebody on Instagram disagreed about Tom Thibodeau the other day, and it was all cool.
Listen, not everybody's gonna have the same opinion, and it's okay to not have common ground either. If you guys can't find something to agree on, that's fine. Just don't bombard the other person with your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all can't agree on something, it's clear y'all can't agree on it. So